Hi, my name is Mimi. Welcome to my Instagram and YouTube channel at Survive, Heal, Flourish. If you're new here, I have dedicated my channel to sharing my personal experiences with you all when it comes to dealing with narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. Now, let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is how to be able to gain the strength to leave the narcissist. Now, if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, I know that you are very familiar with that feeling of heaviness, where it feels like it's hard for you to move or make decisions or to even just leave the narcissist. You may feel like this for a lot of different reasons. It could have something to do with your financial status. Maybe a lot of your finances are intertwined or controlled by the narcissist. It could just be simply your emotional and mental state in regards to the emotional abuse that's happening, or just the struggle that you may be having to wrap your mind around what is happening within your relationship. On a different note, maybe you have been physically abused, or maybe your spiritual or religious beliefs are keeping you hostage within an abusive situation. I want to give you hope. And I want to shed light for you that you do not have to stay in an abusive relationship by any means. And you can and you will overcome that situation if you are willing to take the steps. Your happiness is very important. I don't care what anybody says. So, for one, you are going to need space. Some of you may be financially held up in a situation with a narcissist where it feels like they're always there, hovering over you and controlling you and monitoring you. But anytime that you are able to take a little space, even mentally, even if it's while you're going to sleep, maybe you can just lay there and think, or if it's in the shower, whatever it is, if it's a trip to the grocery store, make the most of your time by getting that mental space from the narcissist, because you're going to need to put things into the proper perspective so that you can move forward and really understand how you are being abused and how you can stop the manipulation from happening in your mind. The narcissist gets control once they can get in your mind. If they can create these false beliefs, if they can put fear into you, they can control your emotions and everything else, because every decision that you are going to make is going to be based upon what the narcissist has told you, what they've threatened you with, or what they've made you believe about yourself. Your mind is going to have to be way stronger than your emotions, meaning all of the actions that you take, the choices, the decisions that you make, they're going to have to be made based upon logic. See, our emotions, they can really be helpful when it comes to our intuition, to triggering us to know when something is wrong in a situation, etc. But making decisions based solely upon your emotions can be very detrimental to your progress and to your freedom from an abusive situation. You have to use your logic. You have to be able to separate how it is that they make you feel from what it is that they're actually doing. If you are stuck on all the good things that they have done in the past, to the point where you cannot see how they are really treating you in the now, you won't be able to move on, because you'll always be emotionally attached to who you believe them to be versus to who they are showing you they are. So in order to gain your emotional freedom, you have to first set your mind free and put things into perspective. And when you're able to put your thoughts into perspective, then you're able to transfer that knowledge over into your emotions. And even though your emotions won't be able to automatically catch up, with time they will, because your mind, your logic side, is going to be constantly reminding you of the truth versus the feeling. Now, the physical aspect of overcoming a narcissist is not always the easiest one, especially if they have been physically abusive to you. So this is something that you're going to want to use a lot of wisdom with. You don't want to be too hasty unless you're in an emergency situation where you just need to leave, whatever. But if you are being physically abused, I just want to say that that's not love. I have been physically abused before, and I know how scary it can feel when you are in that moment. The best thing that you can do is to come up with a plan to just get out of that situation. This is very near and dear to me, not solely because of my experience in my life with it, but I lost one of my best friends to domestic violence earlier this year. And I really, really wish that she would have been able to just get out of that situation. Just from what I know, one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to leaving a physically abusive relationship is that they give the abuser the heads up. Never tell your abuser what your plans are. Never tell them that you're going to be leaving. Never tell them that if they don't do this, you're leaving. No, don't even give them that heads up, because an abuser is a manipulator. They like to maintain control. So when they feel like they are losing that control and you are letting them know that they are losing the control, what are they going to do? Come up with different ways to control you. And sometimes that can be deadly and extremely detrimental to your progress. I definitely encourage getting away from any type of abusive situation physically. You need to get out. You need to come up with a plan. And it doesn't matter if your plan is not going to come to fruition within 2-3 days. Have a plan, because I truly believe that spiritually, God is there and able to help us to create a path for us to be able to exit when situations are no longer good for us. But first, you need to have a plan, so that when you have that plan in place, all it takes is one opportunity and you're out of there. That leads me into the spiritual aspect of it. Know that whatever your belief system is, I believe that God and the Creator honors those who truly want to do what is right. Based upon my experiences in my life, that extra assistance that is just out of this world, that you know is not a coincidence, that it comes from spiritual protection. Get your prayer life up. Prayer is not all about getting on your knees and putting your hands together and pleading before God. No. Prayer to me is a continual action of just communicating with God. You could be anywhere communicating with the Creator at any point in time. Prayer does not have to be a mechanical process. Prayer is just the outpouring of your heart to the Creator. And when you have a pure heart and pure intentions, that just helps it even more. You put that with wisdom and the way that you act and the choices that you make, and the future could be so bright for you. Finally, I want to talk about the financial aspect of gaining the strength to get away from a toxic relationship or from a narcissistic abuser. Come up with a financial plan. Like I said, sometimes these plans that we have, they're not always going to automatically get you where you want to be. Sometimes these plans take time and a lot of effort. Have that in mind. Get some legal advice. If you have family around you, reach out to family members. Be open and honest with people that you trust about what is going on. Do your research when it comes to possible resources that are out there. Understand that your plan may not offer you immediate comfort. Your plan may look really crazy compared to the situation that you're in right now financially. Your plan may require a lot of extra sacrifice for you. Your plan may put you in a position where you feel uncomfortable, but just know that it's all temporary, and that your mental health, your peace, your safety, all those things are way more important. It's all about that perspective shift. Anyway, I hope that this video was able to help you in some kind of way. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram at Survive, Heal, Flourish, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And until next time, Bye-bye.